Welcome to the classiest place on earth. I'm blind. This is a terrible time. How do streamers just do this? You just live in this all the like we're all going to have retina damage. That's going to be the future of streamers. Jesus fucking dick farts. This light though. I know, but it's literally this is what I look like for the first time. I don't look like I just have liver damage on stream, which is great. But Jesus fuck my ass, it's bright. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the brightest place in the whole fucking world. Holy shit. I cannot tell you. Like you can't even I have every light that's looking at me right now on the lowest setting possible. And it's so annoying how bright it is, but goddamn, there's no other way to light my face. Like there's nope, this is it. All of them. I have dimmable key lights. This is as dark as they go, and it's just like it looks great, but I'm going to start getting spots in my vision. It's going to be fucking oh dude, I love that song. Stop it. I'm like shaking. I'm just so full of irritation and anger today. It's just out of control. Like it's just I'm not facing a wall, so no, unfortunately. I know. Dude, I'm ready. I'm ready for protection if I need it. Weave, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving a fucking anus its wings. I appreciate you. Nah, there's no wall. No, it's cool. What I used to have, and my lighting wasn't great then either. I still got comments all the time about how fucking yellow I looked. I had a white sheet hanging from the ceiling, and I had all my key lights bouncing off that white sheet because I'm not in like there's nowhere in my house to shove myself against a wall, really. We have a really weirdly small house, and it kind of sucks. So I'm just facing into this giant open space. So the only way to control the light and get it here is to just point it directly at my face. I don't have it's not directly behind the camera. So this is not me looking at a light. Thank fuck. If I can just manage to just look at you guys and not at that, that'll be great. I have two key lights on the sides of my desk pointed at each other. So like the light of that is coming at my face. So it's not as bad as it could be. It's just bright. I feel like what's Morticia when she wakes up and she just has like the light on her eyes. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Dude, Kona, I am so sorry. Being forced to work with toxic people is literally the worst thing in the entire world. I can't think of a worse situation, to be honest. Oh, Jay, I can't. Oh my God. That makeup we did the other day. First off, I have the biggest fucking pimple right here. I have a pimple sticker on it. How do you get a pimple right here? I didn't even know I had pores on this part of my face. But oh my God, it's so painful. It's just like a bump that hurts so bad. And I know it's from all that makeup. But if you guys didn't get to see the day before yesterday, I turned myself into a Kardashian. The wig was off the fucking hook. I literally looked at myself and almost peed my pants with that wig on. It was so bad. And then I went and taunted Zach. Zach hated it so much, like actually hated it. He was not acting. I went and looked at the clip of me going into his stream and being the Kardashian. He was actually mad. He literally afterwards, he's like, I never want to see that again. And he almost took the wig and put it in our fire pit outside. Which is great because I don't ever want to do that again. Ever. It was so bad. I don't know if I have any clips on mine. I know Zach's stream has clips of it. I'll have to look for him. I literally just haven't even sat down because I've been trying to fucking fix my lighting for over a day. But I also, this is what I mean. I can't even tell you how much like physical labor I went through yesterday. I moved everything in this room, moved this entire bookshelf from 20 feet that way to this, double stacked all the books in rainbow form once again. Yeah, it's a rainbow. If you're thinking to yourself, wow, that's anxiety inducing. Why the fuck isn't it in alphabetical order? Because I've read all my books and I want it to be aesthetically pleasing. Don't come for me. It looks great. But yeah, I'll have to look for a clip because Fatal, it was bad. I mean, it was really good. That's the freaky part. I think I did a fairly good job. Oh, right next, have you ever got one in your nose? Like right there? Oh my God. A pimple like on your nose thing, your septum, holy shit. I couldn't even talk if I had that. But this one, just when I smile, I can feel it. You can't even barely see it for how much pain it's putting me in. It's kind of intense. That's why it's full of Kardashian juice. Dude, they don't even, have you looked at them lately, Jay? I I've never seen an episode of their show or anything like that. Like we're just all aware of them because they're just pervasive in the culture, you know? I love that song. I just have to make sure it goes on to more songs. Um, but I don't know what happened. It was like they were like juicy and getting butt implants and had big boobs, and now they're all like anorexically thin, and I can see their acromion process. Like that's always a big sign for me if someone's got an eating disorder. I'm not saying it's always a thing, but essentially your shoulder blade goes or your shoulder blade, excuse me, your collarbone goes across, goes underneath a bone right here, and then there's a little, you can kind of see that bump right there where it pokes out. If you can see that like a literal bone poking out of someone's back, like they need a sandwich. And I can see it on them, and I'm like, oh my God, what has happened? Like, they have had so much shit done to their faces and their bodies. I mean, it's got to be torture. I almost feel bad for them at a certain point because, like, Jesus Christ. Mayo, he hated it so much after stream. Like, he was so adamant about how much he hated it. Oh, good news. My interview went well. They do a second interview? Fuck yeah. Dude, you're a fucking, I'm not shocked. I'm excited, but I'm not shocked. You're a badass motherfucker. I just have a pit in my stomach on edge, and I feel like something terrible is going to happen. No weed? I was gonna cheers for you, but now it feels wrong? Oh my God, Knives. I may have caused Zach to contemplate kicking me out with that wig. And it, like, the sick part is how much I loved how much he hated it. I don't know what's broken about me inside, but something deeply. Because something about it, I was just like, oh, your fury is giving me power. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really liked torturing him with it. They got famous for cosplaying as black women, and it's not as profitable anymore, so they're reverting back to their default. Are they not black? What are they? Wait, have they been black-facing for the past 20 years? Oh, Knives, you have to go see the clips. I don't know if any were taken on my channel, but I definitely went into Zach's channel, and the anger is joyful. Wow, they've literally been blackface. They're Armenian? So they're like me? They're just yellow-white, is what you're saying. I don't know if this is appropriate, but the women I used to work with in Baltimore called me high yellow. Is that it? Wow. Wow. What? How in the fuck? How? Wow. I didn't know. They've been blackface. Oh, Damon, I'm 100% a brat. It's so disgusting. I wish I wasn't, but yeah, 100%. You said in the past, I do. There's something about it. Like if I have a friend and I find out something bothers them, it's like I can't help but inundate them in it. For instance, Knives and I became friends like years ago, and I learned he hates goats. So do you know what I like to do? I love to send him goats. I don't know why. Like, what is broken? I'm a 35-year-old woman. I should not take pleasure in things like this, but I do. Cheers. It's the worst. Yes, and likewise, Knives likes to send me videos of giant squids and the deep water, which gives me all like, oh my God, I saw a shot the other day. It wasn't anything like interesting, but it was just this person who had a camera that could go underwater, and they were snorkeling, and they were like, I'm not really afraid of the ocean. I'm afraid what I can't see in the ocean. And they take the camera and point it down, and it's just an infinite abyss that they are floating in, and you cannot see the bottom. And I watched it twice and almost puked. Like, I'm trying to desensitize myself, and for some reason, it just gives me the most visceral, bad feeling. And be more than that, you're black. Well, I mean, I'm like 1% Egyptian. Let's be honest. My great-grandpa was like, my great-great-grandpa was the first slave to ever be, or no, the last slave to be given freedom in Canada. Crazy. But I'm not black. Like, I ain't using a great-great-grandpa to call a black card, but I did get called high yellow a lot, and that was something I learned is like when you're just pale enough to pass for white, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what it means. But they've been black facing that. I don't know what to do about that. That's so gross. Gross. At 5:23? Fuck. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can grab a clip from it or something. Beep, beep. Who's got the keys to the Jeep? Vroom. Videos. Someone had to have clipped it because it was funny and he hated every moment of it, which gives me all the pleasure in the world. It wasn't yesterday, right? Yeah, it was 2 days ago. Hold on. 5:23, I think you said. It's really bad. I hate it. I hate seeing it again. Hold on, I got it. But I really like how much he hated it. Is that sick? Yes, that is sick. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take a cheers first. Yeah, knives worth it. I tried to take pictures of it. Honestly, it was really hard. I have on it's just me. I don't know. I'm a perfectionist. I have a really low hairline to begin with. Like I have a two head essentially. And when I put a wig on, you have to like drop the lace just slightly below your own hairline. And so basically the wig was like here. And it was so hard to just get a fucking picture because it was all dark and the hair was in my face and shit like that. So I got a couple, but this is probably the best example of what it looked like. Hold on. Shut up. Oh my God. Okay. Cheers. I didn't know Dis was Armenian. I thought I looked like Megan Fox too. I thought the same. I don't know why. I twerked on him. Why? I wanted to see this part really bad. It didn't come off, and that was alarming. Okay, real talk though. So I really thought I was gonna be able to like scrape that shit off. The primer, what is it called? Elf's primer. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Elf's like green primer. Oh, I did. Dude, knives. I have the biggest zit right here. I've got a zit sticker on it so you can't kind of see it. But it's like deep bedded in my fucking cheek and it hurts so bad. I'm surprised I didn't break out literally everywhere. You guys saw how much shit was just on my nose. Like the amount of makeup I smeared all over my face was stupid. I'll have to go back in my own stream and take some clips from it or something. Because there was a point I was following like a tutorial on how there is a population of human beings who do this kind of makeup every fucking day of their life. They live this makeup. And what they do is they take like four different foundation colors, including one way too dark for them and one way too light for them, and they just paint all over their face. And then they take one brush and they blend it all in, and you get that. And when I was painted up, I looked like something from Lord of the Flies. I almost couldn't blend it because I was just gasping for breath the whole time. It was the funniest looking shit. But it blended. I don't understand it, but it's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. But no, I'm not exaggerating when I say if you weren't here, the I had so much makeup on my face. I don't wear face makeup. I put lotion on and sunscreen. That's it. I don't like to feel the weight on my skin. It's disgusting feeling to me. And that primer kept it on. I had to scrub it off with like a textured sponge. It was on me. Literally trouble. It was similar to sandblasting. Like it reminded me of like peeling latex paint off of not a latex base. When I was washing my face, you could see where it was like stuck. And like there was a line around the stuck part where it would come off. I don't know how else to explain that. That was the most hardcore makeup I've ever done in my life. But I kind of understand how it's survivable now because I took a handful of Q-tips covered in makeup remover and couldn't get it off. So it does kind of make sense that it's fucking like life proof. I really thought these people went about their lives never touching their face or anything because you feel it on there. And I remember my face would start to itch, and I'd sit there like, can I scratch it? I don't think I can. And I just start hitting myself. Like I don't know what to do at that point, but you can. You can live in it if you do it right, I guess. But it was gross. It was so much. And I can't imagine that like that amount of abuse to your face skin is a good idea. Just not the makeup being the abuse, but like all that scrubbing and all that picking and just like having stuff clogging your pores. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. It felt gross. It felt like if I kissed someone, it would just come off on their face. It was gross. It just felt there was so much makeup on my face. It was just weighted. It felt weighted. Sounds like oil cleanser. I used an oil cleanser. No shit, Kona. It was that hardcore. I used a balm oil based cleanser. Where's my coffee? I don't have it. Oh my god, I left my coffee in the kitchen. Hydrate. What is this one? Is this the clip? Yeah, hold on. I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one that finds this really fun to watch him be sad because I didn't think he really hated it at first. I hate it. I hate it. The physical throw me. That's the best. He literally throws me into his fucking green screen. This, it doesn't come off. Nothing. I mean, barely. But look how much is on my face. I guess kinda. That's just crazy. It didn't. It didn't even scrape off my nose, which is crazy. I really thought it would. I really need bigger They need to develop shorts for people with ass, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, actually seeing myself on his camera is what made me finally, like, say, "I'm fixing my fucking lighting." I just don't I struggle I've struggled with my lighting literally forever. I don't know why. I don't know why it's just me. Actually, I do know why. Zach just stares into 3 key lights all day. His office, I hate going in there. It's freezing cold, and it's so bright, it's literally painful. And I think that's how streamers live. He is not only does he have 3, I think it's 3 key lights looking right at his face, he's also against a white wall. It is so fucking bright in there. I hate it, and I think that's how most streamers exist. That's all you can do, I guess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was honestly in like the 15 seconds when I ended stream and went over there to torture Zeke with the Kardashian thing. I was thinking to myself, like, what do the Kardashians do? And I was kind of panicking because I don't think they fucking do anything. And I thought back to like the very few clips of their show I've ever seen, and they're usually always laying around somewhere with their cell phones like this going, "Oh, I don't know. I'm like kind of hungry." So I just embodied that as best I could for that good minute of torture. I think I did okay. I hate it. I think that's a sign. If I fucking hate it. Are they? But they've been if you're a trophy wife, like, can you have multiple? Like, haven't they all been divorced many, many times? What's the opposite of a vampire? Thank you, Mayo. I appreciate you. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I know for a fact that's not what I looked like. Like, this is what my skin looks like on a regular basis. Like, I'm yellow. That's never going to go away. But I'm not skin damage camera yellow, like what my streams have looked like in the past. And it's like, there's a window pretty far away from me, but as the daylight changes throughout the day, because I didn't have enough lighting sitting in front of me, it would alter the way this was looking. And I felt like I was going crazy because every time I'd come back from a break, the lighting looked different. And I was like, what is happening here? What the fuck is going on? And I need consistency, man. I cover all the windows. All my shit is covered. So this is like, that's how much light it is. It's a lot. We are not in natural lighting. This is the product of a little over 36 hours of me screaming, toiling, and moving things around to try to make my lighting just look natural. It doesn't look totally natural. Like, obviously I'm not lit up like this all the time, but at least I don't look at my OBS and feel like it's a lie, I guess. I don't know how to put that. It's like, I don't put on a show or anything. Like, we're just ourselves here. I feel like I want to present that, and that just didn't look like what I see in the mirror every day, you know? Or like when we were trying to do the makeup 2 days ago, and it was insanely yellow on my camera, and everyone was like, "Katie, your nose is like green." But in my mirror right here, it looked fine. That drives me crazy. Like, I want this to project what's actually happening, especially when I want to do SFX makeup and makeup in general. That kind of matters a little what it actually looks like, and it bothers me that, like, I have to look at my OBS camera to do makeup to know what it's gonna look like to you instead of just doing it in a fucking mirror sitting down and it looks the same. Does that make sense? It's just a level of consistency that makes life a lot easier to get through. All of them are worth billions. I don't think trophy wife is accurate. I think their husbands might be trophy husbands. Dude, honestly, like, I knew the Kardashian dad and how he was involved in the OJ case somehow before I ever knew about them bitches. I'm grateful that they kind of did maybe on accident or otherwise perpetuate big butts. Like, I'm not going to give them credit for it, but there definitely was a time growing up where, like, my body was not ideal to literally anybody because I have fat on it. and heroin chic was the thing when I was in school because the 90s were a dark time. You know, low-rise jeans with your literal hip bones stabbing out above your belt, that was like the jam, and that doesn't work when you have hips and thighs. And then the Kardashians came about, and then leggings came about, and I think there was something to do with their big fake butts. I don't know, but I'm grateful because now things have spandex and fit big butts. Like, my butt is never going to be small. I could be dummy thin and I'd still have an ass. It's just never going to go away. So I'm like grateful. What's the word there? I don't know. They got popular, had fat asses, therefore fat asses became like okay again in the media. I want to be a trophy husband. I don't know if I could do that. Just like manage being pretty every day. I don't want to win that kind of trophy. Me neither. Yep, the OJ case was like their intro to celebrity, right? And then Kim had a sex tape, and then her mom sold the sex tape, and then her mom sold her kids' lives, and that was it. Trophy wife is a relatively young and attractive, and maybe a second or third wife of an old wealthy man. And I think these women are like the old wealthy man, right? Like the Kardashians are the old wealthy men at this point, yeah? Fucking Sir Mix-a-Lot. Truth. However, I don't know. Sir Mix-a-Lot existed, but it was more like a joke. I felt like Sir Mix-a-Lot made my butt a joke. Like, I don't know how to explain that. They have the money, yeah. Considering they're all rich, they aren't power bitches, right? And they marry. I mean, I think one of them's married to Travis Barker or something. I don't know about the rest. I don't know which one's which. They all look exactly the same to me. I have no idea. They're literally chiseled out of stone. I have no clue. Finally loaded. Oh, I got that. Is this the same one? Yeah, the sex tape was the first thing ever. Yeah, the sex tape led to their show, I think. Ooh, I dig this. Kim was friends with Paris Hilton and was a hanger on, then Paris' sex tape, then Kim's sex tape. That's it. I remember seeing a clip. Like, Kim was like Paris's little bitch for a while. And now Paris is like a super successful bitch. Like, go Paris, man. She's done a fucking phenomenal job. It is. I mean, who doesn't know Sir Mix-a-Lot? Let's be real. Also from Seattle. I think it was more fetishized. Yes, fetishized or a joke. Yeah. I don't want to be a fetish. Like, I know everybody has a type. And I'm probably a fetish because tall. Tall is a fetish, right? Like, there's that step on me thing. But I don't want to be wanted just because of a fetishy thing, you know? Like, I don't want my ass to be the only thing, I guess. I don't know. It's an okay ass, but like, that song, wait, like the thong song was definitely more of a joke. I Like Big Butts was not a joke, but it was made into a joke. Like, I don't think Sir Mix-a-Lot meant it that way, but at least everyone I was around, like my dad and brothers would quote it at any woman, like as a joke because she was fat. That's what that song came into. Like, oh, look at that woman who doesn't deserve to wear skin tight clothes. She's too fat. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. But that's just personal experience. I grew up in the middle of nowhere with a lot of rednecks on an Indian reservation, so I don't know. I want my coffee. I keep reaching for it, and there's no coffee here. Cheers. Wasn't she disowned, Viata? I think her grandpa or something disowned her after she got caught smoking pot. I don't know. I didn't follow these people. This is just hearsay. I know, this is fantastic. This is Jackson Wang Cruel. I'd never heard of these people before. Good fucking choice. These are great. Did I get the bongo song? I did. I got it, Vile. Think. Oh, is that new? Ooh. Quill, is this a new band? I've never heard them. I'm liking this immediately, though. They're great. Hold on. I want to show you guys the music video. This song is really great, but I keep glancing over at the music video, and the music video is truly fucking phenomenal. Hold on. Dude, I mean, I don't think, like, this is just me personally, like, enjoying a body in an artistic way and just appreciating how beautiful it is has nothing to do with my personal sexuality at all. I have seen, like, I like everything. I still don't know how to name that, but I want to fuck this, and then I figure that out later. Like, I don't really care. But enjoying a body is amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just human bodies and people who what's the word? They almost like architect their muscles and how they move. And if you watch these belly dancers, the way they like, it's like watching someone do the robot, but in slow motion. They can individually flex and move every fucking ab on their own. It's just that kind of stuff is just like artistic appreciation, and I love that shit. Which link? Oh no, which one, Knives? Hold on, nope. I have the bongo song next. I might have missed it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Bye bye. Or don't. It's fine. It's up to you. But I missed it. Hold on, I'm grabbing these two from Viata and stream. Thank you. I don't know how I missed it. I thought I was doing pretty good. Oh my god, what? Wait. Hold on. It's a funny. We'll watch this first. Hold up. My armpit. Look, you can see him. My lighting make Why are you eating my fucking deodorant? All the pits. He's just gotta lick my pits real quick. Are you such a good boy? They can see your beautiful face. See what I mean? How he's like blue black? He's still a void. He's beautiful. But he truly is like this most glorious blue black color. They can see you. I didn't even think about my lighting fix in my baby. Oh, I know. You're so nope. You lick butts with that mouth. I love you, Dom. Thank you for the kiss. Oh, bud. Isn't he beautiful? He's beautiful. They always thought you were beautiful, but now they can actually see like something about you. Oh, Bubba. Yeah. How about like your armpit instead? Yeah, he just stares. I mean, Psycho, let's be real. He does it more often than Lil, but the staring is why? They're both just licking the I showered today, I thought. But apparently, I need to be cleansed once again. Adams, I'm literally just being licked, man. Here, Mom, taste your own pit, right? I haven't. I showered. Yeah, I did. I don't know what. You're just a cute. You're just cute, huh? You can see him. Are you just the best? Oh, you're just the best, huh? Oh, big stretch, Bubba. Big stretch. How are you doing today? Have you had an adventure? Did you kill anything? You're doing that these days. They killed a mouse the other day. Again, for the second time, which I'm not mad about. I don't want mice. But like little killers. Huh. Just a murderer. Just a murderer in the making. It's fine. At least you only kill mice so far. And maybe one squirrel. Alleged. Alleged squirrel. I didn't kill it, Bob. Sure. The dead squirrel just got in the yard, huh? It 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 unalived itself, is that what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Suspish. Bill's like, excuse me, don't I look pretty too? Dude, she's still our little heroin chic Victorian ghost. With the human eye. She's back there licking her cooter. Bill, can you not do that on stream, please? I'm trying to cover her. She's self-pleasuring. I can't with this. Damn. I mean, at least she cleans herself, but Jesus Christ. Babies. Are you just a baby? Do you need to go outside? It's probably break time, huh? She is, and I'm glad. Because, like, having a pug, i.e. a dog that cannot physically lick its own cooch, meaning I had to clean her cooch. Please don't pull my tit out. I had to clean her cooch her whole life. Like, it's real nice to have dogs that can clean themselves, let me tell you. And you, apparently. Why? Do I just taste amazing? Is it my lotion? I bet it's my lotion. You're just eating it. Children. That's my boy in lighting. Look at that precious baby. He has beautiful, like, red brown eyes. Or they're black like the rest of him, and he just has red eyes. I don't know. They're gorgeous. He's perfect. And I love him. Psycho, I have no idea. Definitely not today because it's Faded Friday. I picked a Faded Friday game we're going to play after break. It's like, it's an indie game. I'm just, picking off my rando list. And I was thinking it would be funny, but now I don't know. It's called I Am Dead. I think it's like a point and click game. I thought it was going to be funny, but now I just don't know. But I figure we could, I don't know, laugh at it. I Am Dead. There we go. Fae Farm. I think I saw that. I think that's on my wish list, but it's still full price. I think I've been watching that one for a while. It's like a little gardening sim, right? You're just chilling, huh, bud? Oh, he's such a good boy. You're famous. Look at you being famous. You're getting more views than Caesar Milan over here. You have no idea how many people think you're the cutest little void. Maybe not the cutest, but one of them. Everybody has a void. Everybody should have a void. Everybody needs a void, huh, bud? What? What are you doing? What? He's a noob. It's free? Oh, maybe that's not the oh wait, Palia. I haven't tried it yet, but I think yes, that's the same game. I think Sarah, A Bro to the Past and Infinity are like obsessed with it. They've been in the open beta for a while, and they were telling me it was something I would really like. But I haven't looked into it because I just keep forgetting. Palia. What are you doing, bud? You wanna go outside? You wanna go potty? Oh. Oh, right into the bladder, motherfucker. Right into my bladder. Oh, Alchemy played too as well. Yes, you're right. I think Alk did as well. Yeah. And I mean, I like games they like. It makes sense. Elle was playing it the other day too, like Stardew and Animal Crossing vibes. Is it? I mean, I think I feel like I say this all the time, but like my biggest complaint is like I don't want to play a farming sim that makes me talk to people. Stop making me like just let me farm. You know? Like I stopped playing Animal Crossing because in order to terraform your island, you had to go so far in the questing and in the storyline. I just didn't want to anymore. I was like, I'm so tired of this fucking raccoon fuck stealing all my money. I'm out. I got so bored with that part. Just let me farm. Just let me garden. Please just let me garden. Breaking Fox news. Rep Raskin has filed civil suit against Reps Green and Bobert for fostering a hostile work environment. Ha ha ha. The suit alleges disruptive behavior, name calling, revenge porn. What? Revenge porn? Physical threats, racism, drugs, and guns at work. General malfeasance. Green wants evidence. Revenge porn? You can't just glaze over revenge porn. I want to see them titties. Whose porn? Which dick sucking mouth is it? Because one of them does speed pull ups for a living and looks kind of like my uncle, and I don't want anything to do with that one. And the other one has titties. It's got to be horrific. Don't autoplay. Wait, do I know this person? Hold on, we're going to save it. I got to take a break. I got to pee really, really bad, but I got it. I got the link. I think the revenge porn might be related to dick pics of Hunter. Oh, like those two people are saying they have stuff they're going to reveal that's revenge porn worthy or some shit like that. Nobody wants to see those people fucking. No, but like I wouldn't say no to seeing those titties once or twice. Because, whoa. Okay. He's claiming revenge porn, so they might have sent out his stuff. Ew, MTG shared Hunter Biden's penis during a meeting. Shut the fuck up. Quill thing. Good God, why? Fucking why? That is a crime in itself. Her sharing that photograph is a crime. She sent out Hunter Biden's dick pics to her mailing list, including children.
Turn it off, Willard.
Wow. Her and Colleen Ballinger are gonna be sex offending besties. Oh my god. They'd probably get along pretty well. Jesus fucking Christ. Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm out today, humanity. It's been fucking real. I'm gonna go pee and pretend that I'm a fairy. Welcome back, everybody. There's been a lot of squirrels in my yard lately, and I think they all want a death wish. I don't know, dude. It's like my dogs literally prance around with whatever they kill in their mouth. Like, look what I've done. Blech. Question for Europeans in chat. What's Eurovision? Oh, I'd love to hear an answer from a European. Even an ex-European. You know, those unfortunate British folk. Scottish folk, Irish folk, you know, whatever you want to say. The whole of it. The British Isles. I know. I still think of you as European, but like, I oftentimes get corrected. Not since Brexit. I'm like, okay, but like, it's like the United States constantly calling ourselves America when like Canada is there. Katie's a former European. She just went to pee in. Eurovision's a weird dick measuring competition between countries through acts of song and showmanship. I've heard it's rigged. I don't know. I've seen some amazing music. Actually, I just spilled on my lap because you made me laugh. When I was at Burning Man, I heard the Dottie song come out of one of the art trucks. It was like a mix of it. Oh God, what was it? The guy when they all had like green sweaters with their faces, like pixely faces on them. It was from years ago. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. Do you know the one I'm talking about? Oh yeah, I heard it like a mix of it coming out of an art rig at Burning Man. Dottie Frage. Oh, my American mouth ruins everything, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Frage, Frey, Frey, Frey. I have no idea. I don't know. My name's phonetic. Not rigged per se, but geopolitics, excuse me, politics. What the fuck? Geopolitics do play into it. Also, some countries aren't even part of Europe. Australia's in Eurovision. What the fuck? Interesting. Hold on. I was pulling up the twerk video. I have it somewhere. I promised it. No, stop it. Stop it. Autoplay. It'll be the bane of our existence. Where did I put it? Shit. What is playing? Stop. I hate this. Mysterious music coming out of nowhere is not my favorite activity. Did I lose it? No. Oh my god. No, it's fine. I have just so many links up right now. I just didn't know where the fuck it was. I got it. It's fine. I gotta close some shit. I have way too much stuff open. Oh god. Oh god. That one, David, yes. That a mix of that song, like some techno-y version of that song came out of an art truck, and I almost shit my pants, and I started being like, this is that daddy song! And everybody around me was like, Katie's high, and I was like, I'm not though. You pay money to be part of America is in Eurovision? Really? I didn't even know about Eurovision until maybe a handful of years ago when you guys started showing it to me. I didn't even know it was a thing. Just got in. Did we talk about yes? Wait, we talked about how Lauren well, I just closed it. I was trying to clean out links. There was a tweet that got shared and it was breaking news. Someone filed a complaint against Boebert and Green for like making a hostile workforce or some shit. Oh, I've seen Hard Rock Hallelujah. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's on our list somewhere. I think someone here showed it to me. Her campaign claimed the theater lied about vaping. There's literal video of her vaping at her seat and a pregnant lady confronting her about it. And apparently her male companion is a Democrat bar owner. What? What up, Reasonable? How are you? What the fuck? I don't know who did this twerk. So literally, this was just an Instagram I came across this morning, and I mentioned it, and people in chat were like, "That sounds really funny. I'd like to see that." So this is the funny that you asked for. I just remember how that was the only song that would play for like this Now That's 2000 CD or something like that. I swear to God, there was a period of time where I did not even know that was an Enya song. I had no idea where that song came from, but I'd heard it a billion times because it was a commercial for some thing. It was like a Now That's the 90s. Now That's the whatever tape CD. Let's not age ourselves that way. I don't want to say any, like, there's probably a population of you that don't know what that is. And that's fine. Was it Pure Moods? Shut the fuck up, Frem. Shut up. Did you also have insomnia as a child? I watched so much late night TV and I feel like that it was Pure Moods, dude. That's exactly, I'm so glad I'm not the only one that experienced that hellhole. Because for a while there, I was like, what is this song? What are we sailing away from? What are Pure Moods? I know, and when it goes into that minor key, you're just like, oh my God, what is this? Enya, who are you? Hold on, let me clear out some links. I'll post this one more time. If you didn't get a chance to grab that twerk, you grab that twerk. Because it's just pure, life imitates art. I have so many links. I'm going to stop clicking some out of chat for just a minute. And we're going to get through some of these because Jesus fuck my ass. There's a lot. Hold on. I don't want to crash anything. Enya's not. And Enya does a lot of the tracks for a lot of my favorite movies that have like incredible OSTs. I didn't know. I truly just didn't know. That song was so pervasive. I was like, it's got to just be like weird, soothing shit or something. That's the Pure Moods. Hold on. Let me see if I can clear a link and get that one up. Because that is... Hold up. Do we listen to any of these? We listen to this one. Yes. Give it to me. Give it to me. Where'd you go? Just kidding. You're right there. Oh, I have the weirdest gross chills right now. If you watched late night TV, you saw this a million times. I know you did. Tubular bells? Core memory unlocked. Ding! Who wants to relax to Tubular Flutes or the X-Files theme? Oh my God. Zeromus, Zeromus, I hope I'm saying your name right. That is one of my favorite movies in the entire world. Simply, like, I hope you're talking about the one that's incompletely, the soundtrack is done by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. I have like an eternal life boner for Trent Reznor. I can't even explain it. I just love him, everything he makes, everything. And that is such a fucked up movie to say I've watched so many fucking times. But you just reminded me that is the song that the guy plays at the end. I completely blacked it out. Holy shit. Has anyone seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? The newer one with James Bond in it. I can't ever remember his name. Also the oldest Skarsgård. Bill? No, not Bill. Wait, is the dad also Bill? The dad Skarsgård. Dude, it's wild. Daniel Craig is James Bond. Yep, so it's Daniel Craig, and then what's the Skarsgård? Why can't I remember his name? He's the oldest one. Is he also Bill? Why do I want to say he's also Bill? Because I think the kid is Bill, too. One of his kids. He has like 7 kids or something. It's kind of wild. That Pure Moods commercial was on all the time during my formative years. I'll never forget it. And with luck, it'll be the last thing that goes through my mind right before I die. You know what one for me? Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Over and over and over and over.
And over again. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Forever. Head on. Apply directly to your forehead. What the fuck? Why did anyone ever get head on? Ever? Yes. Oh my God, I love Nine Inch Nails. Thank you so much for being a true soul with me. Nine Inch Nails has been my favorite band for years. That one was really good because you can't go wrong with David Fincher, but the Swedish versions were good too. I agree so hard. And there's a certain like population of purists who are obsessed with the originals and they're like, the new ones are crap. And I'm like, I don't care. The soundtrack gives me a boner in my soul. Like, there's another movie that's not the best movie in the world with I can't remember. I'm so bad with names. Man on Fire is the name of the movie. Trent Reznor did the entire soundtrack. I'm obsessed. Like, I don't even know what the movie's about, but I'll watch it over and over just to get Trent Reznor in my soul. I have no shame over that. Like, Trent Reznor's everything. I just am obsessed. I even listened to his band, his wife's band, on repeat for a while because he wasn't making any of his own music. And I was like, I just need some of you. And I know you're doing this because it fucking sounds like your music, but with her on it. I knew it. It was like, drinking alcohol-free beer because you just needed that taste. I have a problem, but I am fucking hell yeah. It's a good Denzel Washington. Thank you. Did you see me trying to say Washington? I was like, Washington, that's the last name. What the fuck is his first name? Yeah, Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington, and then I think the little Fanning girl, one of the little Fanning creatures is the main girl in it. And he's like a bodyguard in Mexico or something, and her parents like plot to have her kidnapped so they can get money because they're poor or some shit like I don't fucking know. But it was the entire thing is done by Trent Reznor, and the soundtrack's fucking amazing. Ellie, was it Ellie? There's Ellie and Dakota, and one's tall and does model shit, and the other one ruined my neighbor Totoro. Man on Fire, is it? I don't remember most of it. I haven't seen it in years. I think it actually just popped up on one of the streaming services though. I remember a commercial that was all about plants and had a girl in lingerie in the background. What? What is, oh my God, wait. What is this? You just reminded me, though, another formative commercial. Does anyone remember? I don't even know what jewelry company it was, but it was a jewelry commercial that had Palladio in the background, that song, Palladio. And all it was like silhouettes, like shadows of people, but the shadows would put on the diamonds and shit. That commercial, I have no interest in diamonds, but that commercial probably made me play piano as a child because that song just did something to me. And to this day, it's like burned in my skull seeing these shadow silhouettes like slide jewelry on each other. But it's got Palladio in the background. It's fucking beautiful. I'm going to try to find out. Hold on. Typing with these is a joke. Ah! Oh my God, it was De Beers. Wow, it's the original bad guy, my dudes. It's pretty crazy. If you are ever interested, there are thousands of documentaries out there that go over the complexities of the diamond market and all that shit. I just accidentally closed a link. I don't know what it was. No. 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 It was the commercial that you gave me. I got it back. It's fine. If you're ever interested, the history, like how diamonds became super fucking expensive and super, super like coveted and deemed as rare, and then it goes into like the slave labor of the African mines where most stones, I think emeralds come out of Africa as well, correct me if I'm wrong. And this is just me personally. This really boggles my mind. In today's world, we can actually create sapphires and emeralds and things that look exactly like a diamond in the lab, in a laboratory. Like, we can just create them and they're flawless. Like, fucking lawless. And yet people want a flawed real one that, I just don't. I think it's having an expensive bag. It's like the equivalent. It's just like a status thing. Like, it's a real emerald. Like, who cares? The fake one's prettier. What the fuck are you doing? Synthetic, right? Exactly, Trouble. Like, they can make almost anything, right? I always said I didn't want a diamond for my engagement ring. Just do a semi-precious stone and silver instead of white gold. Then I saw diamonds in person and changed my mind. I get it. Like, I'm never going to shame someone for wanting a diamond. They're gorgeous. Go to a pawn shop. Dude, listening to Zach talk about the resale of diamonds is enough to turn anyone off of putting down money on a diamond. For instance, if you are given an engagement ring that person's paid $15,000 for, the pawn shop might give you 1,000, maybe. And that's the resale of a diamond. So like there's no like the fake scarcity and the false like what is it? Like the supply demand thing. It creates a market simply for brand new selling of diamonds. It's kind of like the car industry. You buy a brand new car and you drive off the lot, lose 10 grand just driving it off the lot, It's similar to that. Like cars, exactly, Quill. Yeah, like cars. So if you want a diamond, go to a pawn shop. You'll get a diamond for a fraction of what they're selling them for at like Zales or something. And it's still a fucking diamond. Like, they have all the tools there to look at them and weigh them and make sure they're real and stuff, but you're gonna get it for so much fucking cheap. Like, it's just these people make so much money off of people that want a status symbol. It's kinda gross. I just don't want people to be taken for everything they have. It's wild. Honestly, I don't know where my diamonds come from. My engagement ring, wedding ring, and a star sapphire with diamonds, earrings, and necklace set that were gifts from before we got engaged. From like, you have no idea where they came from, though? I mean, that's probably a good sign that you don't care. I don't care about the stone. I care about the stat bonuses. Dude, if someone gave me a $20,000 ring and it didn't give me invisibility instantaneously, I would throw it in a lake. Just kidding. I wouldn't, but I'd ask for a receipt because Jesus fucking Christ. The synthetic ones are just as real as the ones that are mined. On an atomic level, you get the same stuff, right? But they've manufactured them to look perfect. And as far as I know, like, the more flawless a diamond is, the more expensive it is. So theoretically, shouldn't the lab grown ones, like, I don't know. I think it's a status thing. In that case, can someone buy a car, drive it off a lot, and then drop it at my place, considering now it's a poor person car? That's a real thing here, Lizzie. No shit. If you buy a brand new car, like brand new, like if I was to go in and buy a 2023 car right now and drive it off the lot and go back and be like, I don't want it, they would not, like, you would lose 10 to 15 grand instantaneously. It's insane what the markup is, and it's just the lot. My diamonds are like from 20 years ago from a shop. I don't know if they were real or lab made. I think they've been doing lab made for ages, but like, if you love it, you have it. It doesn't really matter at this point, right? It's kind of like a vegetarian regretting eating meat 20 years ago. To be honest, the costume jewelry is so much more fun anyways. It looks way cooler and you don't have to worry about losing it and like wanting to die. I'd be more than happy to exchange my piece of shit. I mean, my reliable, aged with experience vehicle. Bless it. But they let you test drive it and don't consider it used. Yep, and they'll also, I've heard that they do this before. Like, if you go, say you want a Jeep and you go test drive a Jeep, but they don't have the color of Jeep you want, they will have someone drive it from Florida to Washington. But they don't count any of that used. Like, I don't get 15 grand off because some random fuck drove it across the country. God knows what they did to my clutch. This hasn't happened to me, but I've heard this instance a lot. That is fucked. It's very bullshitty. I agree. This past Saturday was my 17th wedding anniversary, so all my jewelry are older than that. That's dope, though. I think the funniest part about gold and gold diggers asking for expensive diamond rings only to later realize the resale value of those rings. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's got to be just a status symbol because the resale isn't there. I use diamond-tipped drill bits and saws are a thing, but they're like $50. That also bad. Like, I've thought about that because I also have diamond-tipped drills and shit. And none of that costs near what a real diamond costs. Did they fuck with your car, though? My brother-in-law used to do that as a summer job. Did he, drove cars from one side of the state to the other when someone wanted a specific color option? I wonder how well the cars are, like, taken care of. They're pushing yellow diamonds, etc. now in part as a reaction to the perfect synthetic ones. Yellow, like, piss-colored diamonds. It was, like, a state over, and I called them up and had them bring it here. But was it fine? Yellow diamonds look dirty. Isn't that just dirty? Isn't that just a dirty diamond? I've seen I saw somewhere, was it someone or I don't think I've ever been at a jewelry shop, but someone had what they called a chocolate diamond, and it looked like poop water. It just looked like a poop water rock, and it was, like, tens of thousands of dollars, and, like, you got a poop water diamond. I don't know what else to say about that, like, good for you. Personal thing, but, like, spatulas. There's the one you flip things in a pan with, and then there's the one you use to scrape the bowl when you're, like, making pancake batter. Why are they both a spatula? Why is there no distinction? Still, today. That is spatula. What the fuck? It is highly confusing, and I hate it. I'm not the only one, right? There's a bowl scrapey. I say like a mixing spatula or a flipping spatula. They are different, and yet both called fucking spatula. The bowl scraper, yeah, it's a spatula. They're both a spatula, yes. One is a mixy spatula, one is a flippy spatula, but they are both just called spatula. And I hate them. I call them scraping one a rubber scraper. I don't know. I'm asking, like, if there's another name, I'd love to know it. But in my 35 years, like, if you go on Amazon, type in spatula, you will get both of those results repeatedly over and over and over. It's like, I don't. There's a dough scraper, but at least in the States, that's a different thing. A dough scraper, it kind of looks like a spackle knife or something. It's like a handheld piece of plastic that you would use to scrape the dough off the sides of the bowl, kind of thing. Whereas a spatula, a mixing spatula, is like a stick with a rubber flappy thing on the end. Spatula City would have all of them. Spatula City can suck my ass. If I ask for a spatula, I'm never looking for the bowl scraper. Same. Hard, same. No shit, they're different in the UK. The flipping one is a fish slice, which makes no sense, of course. I mean, the original false eyelashes were secured by a piece of fish bladder under your eyelid, so nothing makes sense. The world is broken. The spoons that sugar cubes rest on top to drip water in absence, absolute opposite function to a real spoon, still a spoon. Oh my god. I hate this. This was something someone gave me the other day, and we didn't get to watch it because my tabs crashed before I want to go to sleep. Though your tongue is connected to the bottom half of your jaw, it rests on the roof of your mouth. And I just hate that. Because it does. And every time I close my mouth, it goes. And I can't stop thinking about it. Now. I don't know, because if I have to live with it, you fucking have to live with it. I can't live this way alone. I'm just here to throw my weird Why? Okay, so real talk, I may or may not have bought a box of human teeth off of Etsy years ago, and I still have them somewhere in my house, but I don't know where. So the true mystery is, like, who's gonna find the box of teeth? That's what weed does to Katie. She goes on Etsy and buys boxes of human teeth with, like, I still to this day couldn't tell you. I bought the box of rotten teeth, by the way. There were price options, and I went for the fucked teeth. That's what this reminded me of. Because, like, I could have done this, but instead I lost this tiny box of real teeth somewhere in my house. Not all from the same skull either, so, like, stoner purchases are the best. Every time I think to myself, like, man, I'm poor, I remind myself I bought human teeth on Etsy one time, and I need to shut the fuck up. We're 3D printing totally normal things over here at work. I fucking hate it. I don't like it. I mean, did you make a little rotten teeth person? I never even did anything with them. Literally, kept them in a box. And, like, lost the box before I could do anything with them. You owe me an hour a night of sleep. You never make up sleep. Ever. Lizzie, you can buy anything on Etsy. Just search for it. I think I was looking at animal bones and teeth, or maybe I wanted a real human skull, because I do. I mean, real talk, I would kill for a human skull. Like, that would be one of the coolest things ever. They're fascinating. I love to look at anatomy and stuff. But, like, it's illegal to have a human skull unless someone gifts it to you before they die. Like, gifts you theirs. It's a whole process. Don't worry, I looked into it. And so somehow, I don't even know how to get to the dark web. It totes was just Etsy. It was, I don't know where these people get the teeth, but it straight up was Etsy. Ew. I'm still looking at it. No, your video's not dead. It's just deep within, and it's so long it's taking forever to buffer. Anything over 3 minutes takes forever to buffer for some reason. Oh, well, not for some reason, because my computer's shit, or has been shit. I even did, like, a driver genius to it, and it's still being slow as fuck. It's just the internet, and I don't know why. It's just being a piece of crap. I think this one did it. This one was only 2 minutes. Yeah, this one will play. Fucking ass dicks. Whoa! Volume, though. Jesus, dick on a dick. If you can't get on the dark web, just try Etsy. No shit. No shit. Killing someone would also probably net you a human skull, but, like, if someone finds out that you got it that way, like, you don't get to keep it. I had a teacher who insisted on calling me Katya for many years. It was my name in my Russian studies class, because we all had to choose a Russian name, and that was the closest to Katie, other than Catherine the Great, and I just didn't want to go that dark. A boss bitch. And, takes the reins, so to speak. I know, I did. I took a really hot hit, and I'm burning. Excuse me while I just sit here and... I mean, seriously, like, strong women, like, what the fuck is hotter? I'm burning now. The devil is amongst you. Holy shit. Right? Like I watch songs like that and I understand the message and I love the message, but I don't feel like the message needs to be said even though it totally does. I don't know a man, woman, or anyone in between who isn't like, wow, a strong boss ass bitch standing up for herself. That's hot. Cause it is. Yeah. Like, oh, I can't remember her name, but in Ted Lasso, the chick who owns the team, I cannot tell you how, like, I've never really understood anyone asking me to step on their neck until I saw her in that. She also plays the shame lady in Game of Thrones, and she also plays the nun in the nun horror thing. Rebecca, right? Like, she's so perfect in a not fake way that I wouldn't want to touch her for fear of breaking her. But, like, if she wanted to walk all over me, I would let her and smile through it. And it's just her, like, she's just so independent and powerful and fucking, like Donna, if you look up if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, if you look up just like Google Ted Lasso, Rebecca is her name. She is the lady who plays like the owner of the football team in the show. It's a really really good show. If you just need a heartwarming story, it's not about football or soccer or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Association football. It's not about any of that. I mean, it is. It's like a background thing, like a drama in a hospital, but it's not really about the hospital. Kind of like that, but it's so good. They ended it so well. It's so heart-wrenchingly well done. Oh my god. Keely. Poopy. So many stupid words that I can't stop saying a particular way because of that show. But the lady who plays the owner of the team, Rebecca, is Hannah Waddingham. That is her name. Thank you so much. I've seen her do like speeches on stages for women, and she's very much into women's rights and power for women and autonomy over our bodies and stuff like that. She's amazing. But outside of seeing those things, just in shows she's in, she is statuesque is a perfect word for it. We're not worthy. I would literally crumple at her feet if she tried to speak to me. I would be like, don't even look at me. It's not where my skin might hurt you. Like, go, it's fine. I have sun damage. Please run. Is she the witch in Hocus Pocus too? Is she really? Man, I only watched that once, and I was just grateful not to hate it. But I don't remember a lot of it. Damn, I'm gonna have to watch it again. I love Roy Kent so much. Roy Kent and Keely together, like with Roy's little niece who comes over who he babysits all the time. Some of those scenes were some of the most just like real, like the bad breath scene and knocking on all the doors to find a fucking dentist, shit like that. Just melted my heart because it's like everybody wishes they had a relative that was just like selflessly invested in them. You know what I mean? The Rebecca and Keely relationship, I agree so hard, is one of the most incredible female relationships in TV. Also, Hannah and June are sick. Sick 'em. Hannah and Juno are now best friends IRL because of it. No shit. I have loved Juno since I saw her, goddamn, like in the early 90s. She played a fairy or some shit in a straight to TV rendition of A Midsummer's Night's Dream, I think. And if you didn't know, Keely has natural, like the most beautiful white girl fro I've ever seen in my life. Natural hair texture is pop, and it's ringlets, and it's envious. It's literally it's so beautiful. And she used to rock it. Now she straightens it. You do you, boo boo. I also have curly hair that I straighten all the time, and I completely identify with not wanting to deal with that shit. But her hair was phenomenal. Is still probably phenomenal under a straightening iron. Everything about that show though, like I can't even Nate. Which, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso or you don't know anything about it, while the show was going on, every once in a while on stream, someone would mention Ted Lasso, and I would say, no spoilers, fuck that guy. May or may not have been Nate, but even Nate. Like, everything, the hostess was precious. Oh my god, the scene outside the gay club literally ripped. I was bawling in an inappropriate way, like snotty bawling. It was similar, like, it was a shorter turn. Like, if you watched The Last of Us, like, who didn't? If you didn't and you haven't yet, I'm assuming you're not invested, and that's totally okay, but holy shit. The episode with Nick Offerman and that other actor. I can't remember his name, but he deserves to be remembered. I'm just obsessed. I was already obsessed with Nick Offerman, so it's easy for me, and I'm bad at names. But that episode, like the ugly, nasty cry I did for the entirety of that fucking episode, like 56 minutes or whatever it was that moment for me. Like I was just like, like head back, just snot, like nasty, ugly, like child crying where you just don't even know where things are coming out and you don't care. Jesus fuck, dude. I choked. Like, I can't remember the last time I was afraid of a show other than sorry, so Game of Thrones. I remember at a certain point, like I kind of had PTSD about that show. I still watched it every single week religiously until that last season that never happened. And I remember thinking to myself, like, am I in the mood to potentially lose one of my favorite characters tonight? Because if you haven't watched Game of Thrones or read any of the books, like prepare for everyone you love to just die. Your favorite character becomes a villain because you just are like, at least they'll probably not die. Like, I have a snake named Cersei Lannister. Like, it's just a thing. Because you just like maybe that one won't die because everyone you love is gonna die. That's what that show teaches you. I remember being afraid of it in a certain way, and when I was watching The Last of Us, I started getting that way, but more for like emotional shit and very like they hit on a lot of triggering shit like sexual assault and the loss of loved ones and like just things being stuck in your eye for eternity and being blinded by them. Yes, ma'am. Come, my Victorian child. Show everyone your glory in this lighting. Look at my little haunted. Look at the camera. Show them your human eyes, because they're so scared. Look at that. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. You. Oh, okay. I'm thigh. I don't like the light. It's hard. This is my little merce. This is my merce murderer. This is my little mouse murderer. Look at how sweet she is. Would you ever guess this was the one out there fucking hunting mice and then carrying them around the yard, like showing them to you? A twitching mouse. This sweet baby girl has got blood on her tongue. You've got a taste for it now. She's got two. And allegedly a squirrel. No confirmation, but I don't know how the dead squirrel with no bullet holes got in my yard. Are you embarrassed? I mean, we're all impressed, to be honest. You're a big, clumsy dog. It's kind of a. The mice are only like this big. No, not included the tail. I mean, they're tiny, honestly. They look like a little mole or something. They're definitely a mouse, though. I know the difference between that and a shrew. They're not shrews, they're mice. But they're about as big as her nose, and she just like them at me. Like, look what I've done, mother. Aren't you proud? She is a blessed horse. I could probably. Nah, I'd crush her. She'd let me try to mount her if I wanted to and ride her into battle. She's big. She's probably like 75 pounds, about. And your brother's like 85 ish. They're the same height, but he's just muscle. Like, Trick has an ass you could bounce a quarter off. Huh. What are you doing? Just chilling? Look at your skinny. You're so skinny. You're my lanky girl. Those feet, though, this is how I think she gets the mice. Because I watch them, and they do like that, this shit with their feet a lot. I don't want to crush your head. Why are you. What are you doing? Being a dork? They do like the adorable paw pouncing thing, like they're playing with something. I think she stun kills them with her paws and then picks them up and is like, wait, why is it not moving anymore? Best cousins ever. Many of them own shops. One owns a brewery. Nice. And is bringing me all my faves for free. Fuck yeah. I did say I'd pay for them. Well, I mean, my cousins would do the same. That's pretty fair. Another owns a tea shop? Dude. And she's bringing my fave teas and also refusing money for it. I mean, it's a gift, right? Like, it's not that they're refusing money. They're insisting on it being a gift. I'm seeing them 2nd of March and I just asked them to bring things with them. I feel kind of special spoiled. You should. Why not? She is a runway dog. She's actually super pretty. Literally, like, she's AKC, poodle, whatever. Both of them are. But her papers, like, describe her color as a phantom cafe au lait. Whatever the fuck that means.
That bitch.
My shy
And when I mean
poodle.
bitch, I mean
What
the
are you
most wonderful
doing?
person in the world,
Hiding?
ClassyKatie.
You're so beautiful. Why would you hide your beautiful eyes? She really does have gorgeous, they're like stunning, like green copper eyes. But they do look very human and they're very creepy. You're hiding. I can see you hiding. I see you. You're making my mic look like it has a mouth. Yeah. What are you doing? She's hiding. She does kind of look like the top of a fucking latte though. All the different colors, like the silver and the and then no shit. So my friend Rod Johnston, who often is in chat hanging out, one of my mods, he's a local Coloradan, and he was looking to get a real size dog similar to myself after I lost my life mate Millie, who was a beautiful pug who we love forever. And I told him about the lady we got them from because she's not like a backyard breeder. She's not breeding for like money or anything like that. They actually specialize in breeding poodles as seeing eye dogs and like companion dogs for people who need to take meds on time because poodles apparently are like I didn't know this when we got them, but super fucking smart, really really intuitive to their owners, like love to lick, I guess. And I told Rod about them, and he got Zelda last December, I want to say. And when he got her, they sold her labeled as a chocolate, and she really did look very very brown with like a silver kind of like look, come here, you look at Lil, see her face is a lot lighter. So similar to this, but Zelda's a little bit more silver as opposed to like this gold tan champagne color. And then the rest of her was basically this chocolate brown. But as she's gotten older, I have pictures of them together. They look like mother daughter. They look like twins. It's so weird. But they're AKC papers, which mean nothing. I don't even know if we registered ours. Like we fixed our dogs. We were looking for companion dogs, not to go backyard breed poodles, right? We were just looking to have a pup we can give the best life ever and pick the boogers out of their eyes and make fun of how human you look on stream. I love that where the mic covers her. You just know where the mic is. I like her little chest band. I'm freezing my cheeks off. No shit, Bobo. That happens to me sometimes. Oh my god, Void. Thank you so much for the resub. If I missed that, sorry. Bill was taking all my attention. Um, Sometimes when I'm just feeling kind of anxious and I can tell that like I'm cold hot, I get up and literally do a wall sit, like not a steep one, but just enough to activate my quad muscles because I know that's going to warm me up faster than anything. Because they're arguably on most of us like the biggest muscles on our whole body. Just like you don't even have to have a wall to lean against. Like just do the slightest squat standing, just enough to get that slight burn. Like just enough to know like I could stand like this for a while, but I can feel it feeling. And I swear to God, it helps. It almost fixes those weird shivers every time, and it gives my body somewhere else to send whatever it's doing. Because I think I've talked about this before, and I'm not saying this happens to everybody, but when I get unnecessarily stupidly anxious, one of the first symptoms is my palms sweat, like pooling sweat out of nowhere. I'll be freezing cold, shivering my ass off, and I've got sweat just like pooling. I can watch it. So weird. I'll start doing wall sits or squats or something, and it just gives your body somewhere else to send the vast majority of the blood in your body. And if you can get it in your quads, what better to do? Like they are the biggest muscles on most of us, unless you're The Rock and you've got 28s or whatever the fuck that shit is. Timon, you are all loved and worthy of love. Hard same, boo. Hard fucking same. Offering money since I was requesting that him specifically. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't see them very often, so not super duper close to him. So I feel super happy. My family does something a little bit similar, Donna. But my mom's side, this was when I was a kid. Obviously, most of them are dead now. But on my mom's side, extended, I have a shit ton of cousins, all men, and they all are part of this huge butchering conglomerate called Marzolf and Son. I don't even know if it's real anymore because that Marzolf, whatever, that was the side called Marzolf and Son. And it was kind of like a known thing. Like you could call up one of the uncles or one of the cousins and be like, hey, so and so's getting married. Got any meat? And they would show up with a truck full of like sausages and every meat you can think of. And then they would sit there and like slow roast or cook it. I don't know. I was a child. I just remember seeing buffet tables covered in those huge silver dishes of like sausages and burgers and meatballs and every fucking meat thing you could possibly imagine because they would just bring it all and no money. They would refuse any money. They're like, fuck yourselves. Like, this came straight from whatever. Butchers are a different fucking breed, dude. Like, I've read books where people like, like there I can't remember what it is. There's a classic book where someone talks about witnessing a rabbit get butchered for the first time or a rabbit something and the rabbit screams or whatever. And I thought to myself like the first time I ever saw that like my uncle raised peacocks and exotic birds, no shit, and he would sell their feathers to like fly fishermen to make their flies. And then he also raised rabbits and he would skin the pelts. And like he had this crazy just censor yourself if this is gonna fuck you up. It's fucked up, but it happens. It's everywhere. Basically, it's like this weird like steel funnel that they put the rabbit in head first and then just like yank it by the ears and it slits their throat and breaks their neck at the same time. So then they just skin the body while it's twitching. And like I wasn't given no warning. My uncle was just like, "Do you want to go play with the bunnies in the yard?" And I was like, "Mm-hmm." Farm life is fucked. Did I mention my childhood stuffed animal that I dragged around by its ear for like until my mom stole it and threw it away was a rabbit? What the fuck? Its name was Macaroni. My stuffed animal, not the dead ones. There were so many of those. Mom's side is huge. Same. Yeah, my dad's side's almost dead completely. Oh, are they pretty far away? I was the youngest of the cousins for many years, but my family's great at coming together when someone wants something. That's pretty cool. I'm also one of the youngest of my cousins, which sucks. My mom had a lot of fertility issues, so like all my cousins are like 10 plus years older than me. So we were never really super close. I'm closer with their kids, to be honest, even though our age difference is bigger. They're more my generation than my cousins were. One way ticket to PTSville on that one, right? I know. You should have seen my family's face when I told them I was vegetarian. I don't even think I went, like, I was not and am not one of those people that goes around, like, be vegan with the merch and shit. I just, like, keep it to myself and eat what I want to eat. Once in a while, I have a steak, but, like, I don't give a fuck. But going to a family event where 90% of the people there are butchers who, like, live on, I mean, did I mention that most of them are dead because of heart disease? But, like, going there and just going to the salad bar and they all look at you like, it's very much that Greek wedding scene when she's like, "I could snap you like a chicken." Like, they all start challenging you to things, like, "You're dying, let me show you how you're dying. Can you pick up this boulder?" And I'm like, "No, can you? What the fuck? Please don't have a heart attack in my presence. I, like, by law, I have to treat you." Chesh hard same. Yep. I mean, I'm sure you're similar to me in that, like, you kinda got desensitized to it when when an animal had to get put down. I.e., dad took it in the field and you heard a gunshot. But like I still remember every single one viscerally. And if I think about it too hard, I can sit and like soak in the feeling I had that night. Like, yeah, it is. I understand. But like also like, oh, oh that shit fucked me up. I don't normally just bleed out. I don't normally bleed out the bunnies, just a spinal separation. Do you not? I don't know if the bleeding them out was necessary or what it was, but I know it had something to do with, like, it would puncture their arteries, so, like, they would bleed out, so then the meat of the body was, like, above where the bleed out was happening, and there were, like, buckets underneath these, like, carousels of these funnel things. I think he used it for chickens, too, but then there was something about it, it would hold the bunny's head there, and it had if you it's so sick, this is so sick, if anyone's real fucked up over this, but, like, spinning the body would slice the skin around the neck, and then they could literally just pull the pelt off in one pull. And his business was selling the pelts. I don't know what the fuck for or how or when or what, but like he did. And then the meat was usually given out to the family and shit. Because I don't think there's really a market for rabbit meat. At least not when I was a youth. Most of them were at least 25 minutes away. Taking buses would have taken hours. Oh my God. Yeah, no. I kind of had a few aunts like that too, thinking back on it. Like before we moved out to the sticks, like to the middle of fuck nowhere where I had no relatives nearby, literally no humans nearby. When we lived on the west side of Washington, like my aunt Ethel, who is also my godmother and my favorite relative ever. I love her to this day. She's still so fucking cool. She like took me out in her Jeep and we listened to I'm Too Sexy for My Whatever song. And I felt like a badass. I was like four. Deep, deep core memories there. Um, she showed me Beetlejuice. I thought I was such a badass. I was like, "Oh my God, a dirty adult movie." But she was literally like maybe 12 miles from our house, but we never got to go to her house because it would take like 60 minutes to get there because if anyone's familiar with Washington State, it was between Snohomish and Monroe, which is nothing. They're literally butted up against each other. They are two enormous farming communities within, I think they're both in King County. Correct me if I'm wrong. in the greater Seattle area, but getting from one to the other because a lot of the people who don't want to be stuck in freeway traffic take all the back roads through Monroe and Snohomish. It like at any time of day, it's just butted up going 10 miles an hour down these fucking country roads. It's fucking insane. But we never got to go visit because of the same reason. Nick, it's fucking wild, dude. I think it was the fur industry, like fur jackets or fur hats or something. I want to say that's what my uncle did. It was my great uncle. The one we got my ancient turtle from, actually, when he passed away. I don't know if I've ever eaten rabbit before. I mean, probably when I was younger. I probably just didn't know. I didn't really question a meat. I was just like, oh, it's a meat. There's a meat. I'll eat that. I think it's critical to know where your meat comes from, but also people should be prepared before they're exposed to it. It's intense. Agreed. I stopped eating pork when I saw a video of a pig farm. All I could hear were human like screams nonstop. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of the movie Earthlings. I made the mistake of watching that like alone on a couch, and that's the day I became like for the most part vegetarian. I don't believe in like missing out on life experiences because of a moral thing. Like if I'm in Thailand and I get to experience some really cool like cultural thing out in the mountains and they offer me fresh meat from some boar they killed in the jungle, I'm gonna fucking eat that. But I try not to partake in like factory farming. That's basically where I try because I feel like that's the least I can fucking do. Factory farming is it's not good quality anyways. If you've had like real from an actual farm or a hunter's meat versus factory farming, you know it's not the same thing. It's fucking gross. The furry industry, oh my god, can you imagine? No, save the furries. Free range humans. And that was Donna, we were the flip. So most of my family, not inner city, most of my family, I would say we were like one step out from yours. My family, most of them lived in the suburbs, whereas like my mom and dad, my immediate family, we were in the country. So we didn't want to come in and they didn't want to go out. And we were like, okay, that's fine. That just reminded me when I was a kid, my bio dad made me this weird tasting oh god, hamburger helper, and then the next day we saw a deer and he told me then that I had to eat deer that I had eaten deer the night before. Oh my god. You can't just trick people with food with meat. That's so unkind. Who puts venison in a hamburger helper? Also, thanks for telling me that. Okay, real talk though. Venison burger is probably my favorite way to eat venison outside of like jerky. Like we used to have deer chili all the time and it was so fucking good. Cuz deer, at least the white-tailed deer where I grew up tend to be really lean, and so you got to put them in like a soup or a stew or grind them up and add something, add fat and something cuz they're really not fatty. Is that fucked up? Like deer are cute and all, but they're fucking stupid. I think I've talked about it before, probably way too many times. I'm a little bitter about it. Growing up, I had like 7 different colored fenders on my little Saturn LS because in the middle of the night driving home from my fast food job, a deer in rut would think my car was another deer. What the fuck? And come out of nowhere and just pile drive the side of my car. And then I would get home a half hour late because I was like picking deer out of the panel of my car. When I got home, my dad would be like, "You worried your mother to death. I can't believe you broke curfew." Blah, blah, blah. And I'd have to drag his ass outside and be like, "The blood smear, the shit, the exploded stomach. Can we not?" I hate them. Like they're cute, and I maybe may or may not have a tattooed one on my like I literally have like a 3 foot dead undead deer god zombie thing on my leg. We're here. Deer are a very conflicting feeling for me because they fed my family, but also fucked my car so hard. Oh, I hate them so much. Bucks and rut are the dumb, and you can't even eat them because they stink and they're stupid. Not because they're stupid, but they have some glandular thing where they stink really bad and it ruins all the meat. So if you kill one in rut with your car, there's nothing you can even fucking do except chop its head off and show your dad. Not that I would do that because that's illegal and I didn't have a tag. No one would do that. No one does that. How's that weather? How's the weather out there? There's power in a name. Jim! That's my zombie deer. There's his face. It's my little Cremage. Cremage.
Jim! It's power in the name.
Dude, Knives, the guy moved to Virginia. Like, I'm ever going to be able to afford getting to Virginia and finishing it. Part of it's colored. At least my butt got colored. The part I can't show on stream got colored, so don't worry. Just write a book, Katie Traumatize the World. Dude, I'm so ADHD, I couldn't do it. I'd need a ghostwriter. I can't organize my thoughts like that. It's wild. And the more I think about a memory, I start to, like, remember the weirder shit part of it, you know? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to remember that. Damn it. I was just trying to remember, like, my favorite popsicle flavor or something. And it's like, ooh, absolutely not. How would someone not do that? A pocket knife isn't going to get through the spine. Dude, I have no idea. Like, I was just talking about this with someone the other day. I don't remember who. My weeks are still a little fucked up. And my sleep schedule's still a little fucked up. But I was talking about, like, vampire movies and the concept of, like, the only thing that can kill them is a wooden stake through the heart. But how the fuck is any piece of sharpened wood going through a sternum plate? With a human strength? It's a fucking bone shield. What the hell? None of that made sense in any way, shape, or form. Oh, fuck. Are you guys getting the remnants of the hurricane tonight? Be safe. Katie's book would read like a choose your own adventure book. I'd title it Don't Be Weird. It'd probably come around more like that book that's like, I'm glad my mother's dead. My mother's not dead, by the way. But like the way that one was received, people would probably question a lot of it and they'd be like, that can't be real. Because that's usually the way it goes. It's a very mixed family. I've had deer heart. No shit. I wasn't told what it was until after I tried it. It was like put on bread and crackers like an appetizer. Was it like sliced or was it like a pate? Because I've heard people can do pate with it, but it's so low fat that it's like lean. It's kind of livery, right? I don't want to think about it. It hurts. Steaks are usually enchanted or christened. Okay, that makes more sense, to be honest. Use a hammer, but a bone plate compared to a piece of wood? I don't know. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I haven't seen it. Bone plates, I mean, we literally have to use what's called a bone saw in the ER. And it's like a big round, like, kind of saw and like dust and like bone dust. It's a fucking process. It's not like half the time we just go up your ribs and clamshell you because it's way easier than anything going through there. Holy dick. Not to get too fucking medical, but Jesus Christ. I don't know. I have venison in the freezer that my dad hunted, and get my duck eggs from a buddy. Dude, you eat so well, though. From a buddy that has his own. He doesn't kill them for the meat, though. He just live in his yard and lay like crazy. That's how my parents were with chickens. We never killed our chickens. I mean, we'd kill a rooster, because fuck roosters. But we never killed our chickens. We just had them for eggs forever. To Daily Bread, why does that sound familiar? Daily Bread sounds super familiar. I might. He doesn't kill them for meat, though. They just live in his yard and lay like crazy. He built them a pond, a little fence. Cute! They're so cute, they hop up on your lap. I would never leave. I would die there with a duck in my lap. There was a 2000 AD story about a merc who was hired by the Vegetable Liberation Army to liberate a sack of potatoes. They ate nothing but rocks. There was a throwaway line that the last of the Mineral Liberation Army had died of starvation. Can you imagine what your teeth would look like if you had any? My assumption was always that they're dead and need blood because the marrow has decayed and bones are flimsy. I always thought they needed vitamin D because they couldn't go in the sun. Is it vitamin D? Yeah, D is what you get from the sun, right? Some dick. I thought it was vitamin D because you couldn't go in the sun. So they got it out of blood. But I don't think I've ever read that anywhere. I think that's just my stupid child brain came up with that. I have no idea. My assumption, yours sounds better, to be honest. I've heard so many effed up things, and I'm surprised and not surprised. I'm almost never surprised anymore, and that's the part that gets me. Use a crossbow and shoot the steak. But still. Like, if you think about it on a smaller scale, take a finger bone against a toothpick. Like, no matter how fast that toothpick's going or what's behind it, I don't know how the fuck it's going to go through bone. Bone is wildly strong. it's kind of weird that it shatters a lot and that we're able to break it, but I don't know the exact numbers, but it takes a lot of pounds of pressure to snap a bone. I don't know if wood could do it. I don't know though. Maybe. But crossbow, like one of those huge crossbows. Is that something else? Is that a trebuchet? A trebuchet might be E. Maybe. The Deerheart friend grew up on a farm in the backwoods of WV. Her parents still live there. They often shoot through their back window to kill deer for food. Jesus. They're British and made venison pasties? Damn. Is that legal there to just shoot through your window? I don't think we can do that here. Or maybe it was a shame thing with my dad. The origin is that corpses are staked through the chest to prevent them from being reanimated, not up and walking vampires. Then that evolves into the mythology of vampires. Then they also beheaded him and set him on fire, right? I don't know. I just know you need a vitamin to correctly absorb calcium, and I think it comes from the sunlight. You do. In order to correctly absorb, or in order to to absorb calcium from your food sources, you need to get enough vitamin D from the sun. Yes, you are correct. I learned that when my mom got cancer, which is a sad way to learn, but I did. Hi, Will. How are you? It is legal in their area. I was just curious. Honestly, there are weird laws around hunting. I've never been a massive hunter. All my brothers did, so we had plenty of hunted meat to feast on. I never really had to. So I don't know the specifics. And I didn't know if that was like, my dad being like, don't be a piece of shit and shoot out your window, or if it was actually a law. I have no idea. He doesn't hunt anymore. I don't think people knew what Marrow did when the vampire story started. I always just assumed that they were undead and blood is associated with life, so they need blood to sustain their undead body. True. And didn't they think like your soul was, or I mean, your like personality was in your heart for a while, and that's what moves the blood around? Might have been something like that. The best eggs I've had were when my dad was building a house extension, and the next door neighbors had free range turkeys that got out of the garden and laid eggs. Turkey eggs, were they different? Interesting fact about hens: compared to cattle and bovines, hens don't need special hormones to make eggs. They produce them naturally by eating a lot. It makes them literal egg machines as long as you give them unlimited food. Apparently, the first domesticated chickens come from domesticated kitchen. My God, chickens come from bamboo forests in China and Japan. I'd believe that. That's pretty cool. I've always wondered where there's wild chickens, because roosters can be pretty fucking nasty, right? Get your D, kids. Nice and deep. My chat is being weird. My internet's being weird. I need to close some shit. I've been trying to buffer the videos you guys gave me for ages, and I think it's just having a moment. I can't even get music to play. I'm keeping them, though. I'm trying to see if we'll get them to work, but just in case anyone's wondering, I didn't give up. That's why the silence. But I'm going to see if Spotify usually doesn't fail me too hard. It drags less resources or something. I have no idea. I don't know. Out. Sure. Decent list. Send help? Yeah. Sunlight for vitamin D. My joke is scientifically accurate. Dude, the joke is real. Vitamin D is both a nutrient we eat and a hormone our bodies make. It's a fat-soluble vitamin that has been long known to help the body absorb and retain calcium and phosphorus. You need the D to absorb the C and the P. H. Phosphorus. P? No. pH? Fantastic. That's amazing. Chickens are derived from ancient prairie fowl. I'd believe it. But I've seen like, jungle pictures where there's wild roosters, but that could just be domesticated wild roosters. I have no idea. Really ancient memories of looking at like old National Geographics and shit like that when I was a kid. Twice the volume. Turkey eggs are about twice the volume of a chicken egg and tasty. Nice. I've had duck eggs before and they tasted almost exactly like a chicken egg with like way more yolk. Good. Lena, I mean, my mom was told by her doctor that anyone who lives above a certain line on the earth, i.e., anyone that's like in the Pacific Northwest, probably your country as well, it doesn't matter. You could live outside naked. We would never absorb an adequate amount of vitamin D from the sun simply because of the angle the Earth's at. Like we're just more temperate, colder climates. We just are never going to be exposed to that much. So he said, like, no matter what, anybody living here should be taking a vitamin D supplement. And he was telling us this because there were studies going on at the time. I don't know if they were confirmed or whatever, but there were studies at the time. They were looking at the links between breast cancer and the lack of vitamin D, meaning which, leads to the lack of vitamin C and vitamin P being absorbed, which is great. The jokes keep going. Okay, let's take a break real quick because I still have something in my eye. I'm just been like very aptly trying to ignore it, but Jesus Christ. Am I your dad? You have to get out from under the desk. He knows. Shoo. Stop sucking it. Stop sucking it. Stop. I am your father, maybe. Be right back. Free days are fucking everything, dude. Definitely something to celebrate. Um, it poured. I think I was saying this earlier, but like our yard turned into a pit again, so it just takes the dogs extra long to find somewhere to go to the bathroom because everywhere they walk, they start sliding. Even though there's a lot of like green now, like there's actually a ton of clover and stuff. It's still, I mean, yesterday it sounded like buckets. I thought people were setting off fireworks and it was the thunder and lightning before the rain hit, and then it just sounded like sheets of buckets of rain being poured on our house. It was wild. And of course, it was the day I took out the fucking cardboard. So that's wet. Um, Internet says everything's fine, but like, difficult. Oh God, thank you. It's the Spotify is always existentially louder than anything on YouTube, and I don't know why. All I was saying is it rained so fucking hard here. It just takes the dogs extra long period of time to find somewhere to go poopy because they don't want to shit on mud and sand or whatever. So they got to find like a green area. So I apologize. It's just disgusting out. We got slammed like bucket rain yesterday, and the thunder and lightning literally sounded like someone was setting off fireworks at first because the rain hadn't hit yet, and then it sounded just like like those. It's definitely East Coast style rain. It's so weird. From Reno, where I'm smoking some super legal lemon haze, dude. Fuck yeah, 9list. Cheers to that. I have all your guys' links, but because the internet's being a shit, I figure we can just play some of this game and then maybe try them later. I don't know. I'm not gonna lose them, but the internet says nothing's wrong. It's just not. I think it might be YouTube. I don't know, or it's me. Could be me. I love them too, as long as they don't knock out my internet or anything. I love the storm, especially when you can see the lightning, see it like on the mountains or in the skyline or something. Oh, it's so cool. I remember when I was really, really little, like before my dad died, like 5 and 6, if there was a cool thunder and lightning storm over the mountains, my mom would push my little bed under my window so I could go to bed watching the thunder and lightning because it was so dank. I would always freeze to death because I'd be under the window, but I don't know. They're cool. Not so much into wind storms. Wind has always made me a little like, kind of like make it stop. But the heavy rain and the lightning and shit, ball lightning, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like I've seen lightning that's just in the clouds, and then I've seen the lightning that strikes down or strikes up or whatever the fuck lightning does. Right, Bobo? It's just like something so weirdly violent yet beautiful nature does. I don't know. It's scary. I don't want to fuck with lightning, but it's kind of like hot magic from the sky, literally, which is unique and cool. Moving chat so I can see you guys. This game is rated super high, and I've had it forever. I just haven't played it, of course, like every game I own right now. It's insane, and I've been saving it to play with you guys. It's called I Am Dead, no joke. The description is I Am Dead is a charming puzzle adventure game from the creators of Hohokum and Wilmot's Warehouse about exploring the afterlife. I forgot too. I was enjoying the music and stuff, but YouTube decided to stop me, so here we are. It's supposed to be cool. I thought it'd be a fun Faded Friday game because it's a puzzle game and we're high. Cheers, by the way. I'm still gonna cheers you endless. I didn't forget. It's here. I got a little bowl. I'm not. This is just. You're worth more than this. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's a toasty bowl. Oh, I bet it's a keyboard game. Come hither, keyboard. Dead. I am dead. I hope it's not difficult puzzles. My computer desk is next to a window, like a window plus desk L shape. Oh, yep. I used to have the same thing, same setup. So my chair's besides the window, and I can reach out and open it from here. When I'm on the computer, especially at night, I can see all the lightning. I'm very jealous. I have to go outside to see it. I don't have a good window that faces the lightning mountains. Boo. Don't wait. I hope you never wait for me. Now the zit sticker's showing up. Ow. It's one of those zits that I just don't want to pop because holy crap, that's gonna hurt on my face. But ow, makeup. Never again. Not even once. Not even thrice. I just had to join with a mixture of 3 different types of hash. Ooh, if I'm capable of typing in 30 minutes, it'll be an achievement. Oh my god, you sound like Viata when she got those fucking, like, moon rocks and almost lost herself. Oh shit, weed on my desk. No! Good thing my mat's clean. Ew. It's gonna be, yeah. It's these. Have you ever seen these zit stickers? They actually have like a white center to them, and then they're clear on the outside, and they have like Medicaid, like salicylic acid medication, whatever. So the theory is you can put them on before the zit becomes like a whitehead and like a horrible ouchie, and it'll kind of like keep it sanitary and keep it clean, and be applying the salicylic acid to it at the same time. And I've used them before, and quite literally, they do like kill the zit before it becomes anything. And I knew it was gonna happen. I was prepared when that did that makeup. I was like, dude, this is gonna make my skin so angry. I don't wear anything but sunscreen. Not that there's any shame in makeup. I'm just saying this is why. I'm sure people that regularly wear makeup like that do not break out on a regular basis. They know what the fuck they're doing. I've got good makeup removers, but damn, dude. Ow. It's gonna be like an extra cheekbone. No shit, you use them. They're great. They're actually phenomenal. Like I don't have the little pack of them, do I? Oh, yes, I do. If you guys have never used these and you get like the occasional big ol' fucking pimple and you're a picker like I am, these are fucking great. I've used the pokey ones before. Honestly, I just buy whatever's on sale because they all kind of work the same for me. But I just get one big ol' zit every once in a while. It's an adult thing, I guess. We never stop doing this. But I get these Neutrogena ones. They're literally little tiny. This is my little stickers I whipped out today. They're these tiny little stickers. But they really do like once just they just prevent me from picking my face. Honestly, that's the biggest pro to these is any like bump, I won't even notice I'm doing it and I'll just start to do this. I can't help it. It's like a weird it's a tick or something. It's probably a self-soothing like picking your nails or something. But these help me. It's a Norwegian company. No shit. Dude, there's something to be said about some of those drugstore companies that have been around for since before we were born. Like a lot of people love to go and spend a lot of money on new stuff, but like some of the old stuff just works forever. Me too, Donna. It's terrible, and I'll get a scar. This is skin that normally doesn't. It's not a pore. You know what I'm saying? This is like something with that makeup did something here. When you turn your pimple into a flesh wound, skincare. Cheers, 9. Jesus Christ. Lizard, I've had those ones. There's like stars, hearts, smiley faces. They all work the same, in my opinion. It's all just like Mepilex. That's all it is. It's like if you've ever seen someone get an IV or if you yourself have gotten an IV and that clear stickum that they put over the IV to hold it in, it's just a breathable, sticky material, but it keeps everything sanitary. Things can't get in, but your skin can still breathe. That's all it is, kind of. But they add like salicylic acid sometimes or something to them. The star ones, they're great, but like I feel like every time I try to peel one off, one of the little edges of the star would curl under, and once it's stuck to itself, it never unsticks. So like no matter what, I always had this uneven sticker with like a lump hanging off of it, and it drove me nuts. I have a few scars too. I have scars on my cheek right here where I would get one of these, but like pick it. The worst thing I could have ever been provided as a youth was a magnifying mirror. No one needs magnifying mirror. If someone's up that close, they're making out with you and they're not looking at anything that close on your face. Like Jesus fucking Christ. But I remember being in middle school and sitting, it was like a ritual thing. I had this tiny little magnifying mirror I would prop up against my desk lamp and sit there and just like pick before there was anything to pick. Ingrown hairs. Hubby has them all over his legs. He fell asleep. Oh my God. When I gave him a massage one time. Wait, did he sleep through all of it? That's incredible. They shouldn't exactly. If they're not making out with you, they're too close. You should be punching them in the throat. 100%, yeah. Magnifying mirrors are the worst ever. Like, no one can see that at all. There's no reason we need to be looking at magnifying mirrors and plucking and picking. Like, it's the reason I have some, I think it's this cheek. I've got a few little, they're like craters just in my skin. They'll never heal, I don't think they're discolored at all, but they're just there forever. And that's life with skin, I think. I've been lucky that my skin scars just fade after like a month. I don't have like discoloration, I don't think. It's just like there were some, and I'm sure you know what I mean. Like I committed to picking them. Like they were ones that nothing was ever going to come out of. They were like a boil, but I was like, "Oh, I'll get something out." Like safety pins and I was just terribly don't do that stuff. I won't even go into it. Don't do that stuff. Don't do that stuff to your skin. Should we play this? Look at this game. We can still talk about this shit. I just, Huh? Yep, they stay. They're fucking stubborn. Nothing comes out, but they hurt. And so your instinct is like, if I can pop this, it will stop hurting so bad. Oh, God, they're the worst. Mm-hmm. A 5 times magnifying mirror plus a tweezer, a prescription of Hibby Scrub hospital grade cleaning face scrub. Mm-hmm. Or getting like that, what was it? St. Ives. Oh, my God. Don't even. We can't even go there. St. Ives face scrub. I'm not against physical exfoliators, but we used to abuse. I mean, I think I used that face scrub every day. And then I would do that fucking abrasive skin scrub every day. I still use that scrub, but I use it on like my legs and face once a month maybe because no one should be exfoliating that often. Like, holy shit, you're going to be raw. Yeah, it's like apricot shell little ground up pieces. It's like a natural exfoliator. Um we used to use them every fucking day. It was terrible. Like I would scrub my face with those things constantly, and then I would use those oxy pads immediately afterwards. So on raw skin, I would take these like alcohol soaked pads and just like burn. If it didn't burn, I didn't think it was doing anything. Like this is when I was in high school, man. Burn the fuck out of my face, then tea tree oil, and then I don't even think I used lotion. I think it was like makeup. I just put makeup on. Like I was like, if you're oily and you have pimples, you don't want to put moisture on. That was the mentality, I think, at that time. So I didn't use a moisturizer until I was like in college. Dude, it was bad. Dude, we tried, and it was all because commercials showed those beautiful women splashing that like quintessential, like Clearasil splash, and we were like, I want skin like that. Yeah. Oh, there was a time in my life when I legit straight up used the rougher part of a dish sponge. Don't judge me. I used a pumice stone on my nose. Bitch. We've all looked way too close in a mirror and thought, like it's fine. We are it. Yep. The rougher part of a dish sponge. Don't judge me. I was young, pimply, and dumb. Oh, and I used it with raw lemon juice. I did toothpaste. I never did raw lemon juice, but I definitely would like put toothpaste on an open wound on my face overnight. That kind of stuff. Oh my God, this is one of the best. So hold on while I open up this game. One of the best, like, put it on your face and not really know what the fuck you're doing. So I don't know where my brother got this information. Excuse me. I don't know where he got this information when we were younger, but he learned from somebody, because this was way before the internet or anything. This was before any cell phones. We had pagers at best. So I don't know. Word of mouth, I guess, is how you learned back then. But someone informed my brother that putting like X-Lax, I think it was like liquid. It was not X-Lax the brand. It was like a liquid laxative. I can't remember what the fuck it was. You use it and dot it on your pimples and it would eliminate the redness. So he would dot that on in the morning and then wash it off, and all the redness, because all of my brothers, unfortunately, very sadly, had horrific cystic acne on their faces and their backs. Just genetically. It was terrible. They got the wrong roll of the dice and I watched them suffer that shit. Fucking horrific to watch. So they tried everything. And it worked. It did. It would eliminate all the redness. It was fucking amazing. I don't know if it was hemorrhoid cream, because this is the end of the story. So, like, a couple weeks into my brother doing this, we're sitting around the dining room table, and he's like halfway through his dinner, and he gets up and has to go to the bathroom, and he comes back laughing. And mind you, my rednecks, family of boys, like, we're pretty grotesque, and all nurses and stuff. Nothing's held back. So dinner table conversation is often like, dude, I can't stop shitting myself. And like, he was like, I can't stop pooping. And my mom was like, are you still putting that shit on your face for your zits? And he goes, yeah. And he'd been like a month in, and she goes, that's a laxative or something like that. So like he had been using it for so long that it had absorbed into his bloodstream and was giving him like diarrhea. So I don't think it was hemorrhoid cream, unless that would do that. I don't know. But it was fucking funny because it was at the dinner table. He had this moment of like, oh my God. And he never used it again because he was like losing weight. He could not stop pooping. Because my mom thought he used it maybe once or twice. She did not realize he was still dotting it on for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I think that was where she was like, are you still? She was never really like not in, well, I don't want to give excuses or anything. But my mom had a weird work thing where she would like go to Seattle and work for 10 days and then come home for 6. And then go to Seattle, work for 10, come home for 6. So she wasn't around a lot to like witness what we were doing. Not the best environment, but some of us survived. Literally, holy shit, but I can't remember what it was. You can use it for, yeah, but you don't want to use it too long term, right? Cystic acne from the 90s. Dulcolax on the acne was the thing. Is that what it was? And it removed the redness. It was something that was like a vasodilator or a vasoconstrictor or something that would remove the redness, but absorbed into your bloodstream. He literally he never shit his pants, but he just like could not stop pooping, which I thought was fucking funny. Subtitles, yes. Cursor speed, fine. Controller icons. Wait, do we want a controller? Is this like a game? Mellow colors? What is this? We're fine. Just a wee bit. It's always too loud. Can I do a controller with this? That'd be nice. I'm so sorry you had cystic acne, by the way. All of my brothers had it, and it was to the point where I would never complain that once in a while I would get a big old pimple. All my sisters, we basically never got cystic acne, but we would get the once in a while horrible like boil kind of thing on our chin or something, some sort of hormonal thing that you could never pop, but we would pick it existentially. My brother Nick literally could not wear a shirt some days because his back hurt so bad. It was just covered. It just looked horrific. It was something where I'd be like, no, I'm fine. You do you, boo-boo. I'm fine. Don't look at this boil. I'm good. Because the misery of that, dude. I know. All my brothers had it. They had it on their face, too. And I think it had something to do with ingrown hairs, like getting a lot of body hair really quickly through puberty and all the hormones and whatever, and being dirty sports boys. Anywhere where hair was coming in, just the worst. And they went to dermatologists. They tried everything. I think Nick actually tried Accutane at one point, but it just came back. Yeah, back, chest, arms, face. It was everywhere. I'm so fucking sorry if any of you rolled that die, because that is fucked up. I did not experience it, but God, did I watch it. And it was bad to watch. I cannot fathom. You didn't deserve that. That shit's so fucked up. I think that's just genetic. Isn't it? You know, I started using vitamin C, but my dermatologist told me that's why this stuff is coming in really bad. What is it called? Melasma, I think it is. It's harmless. It's just literally, it's like the opposite. It's like backwards vitiligo, where I get this, what I like to call my fancy fucked up mandala shape on my forehead of like darker skin than the rest of my face. And vitamin C makes it worse. She told me. So I haven't used vitamin C for a bit because you can kind of even see it from far away. But this darkness, it like goes up onto my scalp. It's just like a genetic thing, I guess, that some women get. And it's just like when the sun touches you, your body goes right there. I don't know. Oh, dude, former Accutane, I am so sorry. Did you have any fucked up stories from it? I think whichever brother of mine did it, and I have 3 brothers and we're not close. One's dead. I don't know which one did it. But one of them that did the Accutane, at one point his tailbone shattered and he had to go to the doctor and they fingered his butt to pull it back out. My butt cheeks clenched when I said that. That was legit though. My dad said they literally had to because what Accutane does is it stops your body from producing any form of oil at all. So everything in your body that requires oil to move, i.e. everything cartilage, joints and stuff like that, become like frail as fuck. Right? It stains your bones green? I wonder why. Yeah, Accutane. Okay, so real talk. Right before we start the game, this is important stuff. In case any of you have even thought about Accutane or looked into it. When I went to the dermatologist when I was in college because I broke out in this weird acne that was caused by stress. Long story short, on my chest. But it was literally some little bumps. It looked like eczema, honestly. I have eczema on my arms as well. All my sisters do. If you've ever had eczema, those little tiny white bumps. that are just there when your skin is dry. Some people describe it as being ashy. That. I had that on my chest due to stress. I went to a dermatologist, and the dermatologist literally like looked at me with nothing but their eyes and offered me Accutane. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And they handed me something bigger than a phone book. It was so fucking thick. It took 2 hands, and they're like, take that home, read it, and when you come back, we'll have you sign the contract, and then we can start you on Accutane. And I went on the interwebs to like ask Jeeves or whatever the fuck existed at that point and tried to look it up. And it was essentially a manual telling you that if you get pregnant on this drug, your baby will be born with extra limbs, no eyes, extra teeth, its stomach on the outside. And the contract you were signing was that you would be on birth control, use condoms, and get an abortion if you got pregnant. Like you were signing a contract vowing to do all of that because this drug was so fucking detrimental to your hormonal system because it just stops you from producing oil, which is, I guess, is essential to making a baby. I'm not a pro in those areas, but like it was so big. Why? And I never went back to that dermatologist and I did not start Accutane, but in my opinion, I had nothing worth starting Accutane. What my brothers had, maybe. The pain they were living through with just like these open sores all over their body all the time and cloth rubbing on it, like I get that. Like I was being a vain little cunt about some dry skin. And they were like, would you like this life-altering drug that may or may not snap your tailbone in half? That's the thing, Lizzie. Like, who the fuck's gonna read that? It was like a manual for a car. It was huge. And it was the thin paper, like Bible paper. It was crazy. And it had diagrams and shit. It had pictures of babies with extra limbs, like when you actually went through it. No. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Sorry. Just a fair, like, if you... Accutane, though. Do you want your butthole fingered? They got really lucky. None of that shit got super infected. Uh-huh. Like, insanely lucky. Honestly, I think they were on top of it from day one because it really sprouted out of nowhere. It was from puberty. And, like, all of my brothers played sports extensively. Like, they all played, like, football and they all wrestled and stuff like that. But because my dad was really into sports and my dad was, like, their little league coach all the way up, they were all really aware of staying hygienic and not being sweaty monsters. I don't remember any of my brothers being dirty. If anything, they were a little neurotic about how often they showered, which could have contributed to the acne, to be honest. Like, over cleaning yourself, you know what I'm saying? Never really thought about that before. No shit, some of my brothers showered like 4 times a day because they were doing sports and getting sweaty all the time. It was crazy. Lil Sia, and she had, from what she has explained to me, some of the worst, most painful acne. I can't, like, she couldn't move her face at times because of what she had. Like, and it wasn't even visible half the time. It was like underneath, like those deep-seated, and it's something that, like, I think if you get it, it's like you deal with it, but I don't know if there's a preventing it. I think it's genetic. I mean, the opioid crisis alone, right, Bobo? So I'm going to save before we go to the next, because, oh my god, I just realized there's 4 more chapters, which means 4 more, like, entire areas to explore. This game is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I'm kind of stoked. I know, I just noticed the sun is out. Ow, and I'm going to take my dogs out before it gets gross again. I want to make sure it saves. That's not it. Oh, here we go. Save and quit. Yes. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this wondrous of Faded Fridays. We shall cheers. I'm going to find someone doing something cool to raid, but I'll be here all weekend if you guys are bored and got nothing to do as usual. But I encourage you to go outside if you have nice weather and do something. Get some sunshine. Get some D. This game is cool. I know they're trying to, like, tell a story about people who are dying and stuff like that, and it is touching, especially the stuff with the dog. But the innuendo is strong, right? I know I'm a perv, and I just see it when it's not there, but the shit is here. Like, I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. More tomorrow, I guess. We'll see. I'm baffled. Like, it can't just be me. It's just dicks, pussies, fucking, like, wonky bushes. I'm not that clever. It writes itself. It's fun though. I enjoy it. I like the puzzles. I'm really curious to see where it goes. I hope it's not a ton, like more dead animals, because like man, that's a lot to take. And where is that again? Hold on, can I guess it?
I gave it a wash, turned it on, and slipped it in.
Look at her go! Hold up.
Did you take your joy today?
That's importante.
Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee
What's
your day
Lies
will go
of
as
P?
smooth as velvet.
A lot of people are playing something called Lies of P. Am I just like totally out of the loop in terms of whatever the fuck that is? Who's live? Probably not crazy. Smoke is playing Lies of whatever. Thank you, Donna. I mean,
I gave it a wash, turned it on, and slipped it in.
it's pretty fantastic, let's be fair. Oh, fuck. I mean, you could if you had like one of those weird lamps, but don't do that. Sun tanning at home is probably not a good idea for anyone involved. Your poor skin. But you know, like there's this game actually looks is this I don't know what this is. A new game about Pinocchio? Oh shit. All right. Let's see where that goes. That sounds fun to watch, maybe. If you're taking off and you don't go with the raids, I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care of yourself. Wash your water bottle. I see you. That's disgusting. Rinse that shit out. Your mouth's on it. Mouths are dirty. If you feel ashamed about handing your water bottle to someone else for them to have a sip off of it, time to clean that shit. Clean your bong. Take your meds. You deserve to feel okay. Pee after sex. UTAs kill. You know what I'm saying? UTAs? UTIs. Jesus Christ. Lies of OP. Jesus Christ. Me just, pretending I can read and type. All right, my dudes. We're rating my friend Smokalo, good old friend of mine here on the Twitch sphere. I do adore him and his partner and their dogs. I'll be here all weekend if you want to hang out bright and early. As usual, probably playing more of this game, hoping and looking for all of the innuendo in it. But if not, be kind to yourself and others. It's important. Nice is just like fucking wrapping on some shitty candy that your grandma found in her purse from 27 years ago and tries to convince you it's fresh. But it's not. Love you. Bye.